After each town council meeting, the staff sits down and records a quick recap, highlighting the public meeting. The complete meeting can be found on the Town of Avon, Indiana's YouTube page, but this podcast is designed to give you a simple overview to help keep you informed about what is happening. The Avon, Indiana Town Council meets twice a month at Avon Town Hall. A full schedule of their public meetings can be found online at avonindiana.gov.
What's up, Town of Avon? This is Angel Gina, the Marcom specialist here at Town Hall, and today I'm with
Ryan Cannon, town manager.
And we're going to be talking about the town council meeting that happened last night, September 12th. Ryan?
Yeah, we had a pretty hefty agenda last night, so I'll try to run through it as quickly as possible. And there's going to be quite a few places today that I recommend if you guys want more information that you go listen to it on YouTube and watch the meeting itself specifically. The first thing on the agenda was the department updates, and so Shelby Pride, Linda Albrand, Sean Stoops, Steve Moore, and Julie Loker all gave updates. Again, if you're interested in hearing more about the department updates, please go watch it on YouTube. Under new business, the first item we had was an agreement with the Avon Community School Corporation for facility usage. So for those of you who listen to our podcast, you know that actually last year we did a merger with the Avon Junior Athletic Association. And so the Avon Junior Athletic Association had an agreement with the school corporation to use their gym space and some of their facilities for youth sports programs. The town agreed when we did the merger with AJAA to take over that facility usage. And of course, we wanted to continue to use those facilities to help our kids have places to play and participate in sports. So the agreement had to be amended slightly just so that it was between the town of Avon and the Avon Community School Corporation. It is a 3-year agreement that ends October of 2026. It's about $25,000 per year, and that cost is to really pay for janitors to be there to open and clean up after events and things like that. And so we're mostly covering the school corporation's costs on that. So that is pretty inexpensive for the amount of gym space that we use. And that agreement was approved 5-0. The next item on the agenda, and I've talked about this a little bit at previous podcasts, is the town is moving forward with a food and beverage bond to build some substantial park improvements, really in 3 locations: the Burnett Park at 100 South and Jan Jones Road, the Winton Meadows Park, which is up at 200 North and County Road 900 East. And then we are proposing to build 8 pickleball courts that would go right in front of Avon Intermediate School East on Avon Avenue, right by the Avon Avenue Bridge, where there's some existing tennis courts. So those are the 3 projects. But in order for us to sell that bond, we do need to engage the service of some professionals. The first thing we have to do is get a rating from S&P. And so there is a cost for us to get that bond rating. And then we have to have a bond counsel, which in this case is Ice Miller. And then we have to have a financial advisor, which is Financial Solutions Group. And so the town council considered all of those engagement letters with those professional services, and they did approve all 3 by a vote of 5-0. After that, I talked for about 30 to 40 minutes about the 2025 budget and did the non-general fund budget presentation. And so Angel has begged me to do it again on the podcast,
Please.
But I am refusing to do that. So if you really want to hear more about the town's general fund budget, please go to our website. The budget is all laid out on there, or go and listen to the meeting on YouTube. So again, happy to answer anything that people have on questions on the budget if we can do that. That was all the new business. Then we did have a few resolutions. In order for the town to dispose of any vehicles, the town council is required to pass a resolution declaring those vehicles as surplus property. And so resolution 2024-17 was just such a resolution. The police department is trying to get rid of 2 police vehicles. Both of them are over 10 years old. One of them had over 100,000 miles on it, and the other one was relatively close. Uh, the one that had less mileage, the police department's actually proposing to donate to the Law Enforcement Academy. In exchange, the Law Enforcement Academy gives us training hours and gives us credit towards things that we need to keep our police officers trained and to be top notch. The other one will be auctioned at Odessa. And so the town council did approve that resolution 5-0. The next one is Resolution 2024-18, which is an excess levy appeal. What this means is the town is normally only allowed to grow at a certain percentage rate. So, for example, this year, or actually for next year, our assessed value grew 13%. However, the state only allows us to grow our budget by 4%. And they make that decision statewide, regardless of what your growth is and what in your assessed value. And so the state provides certain outlets for you to appeal that. And so our financial advisor had recommended that we do 2 appeals, one for our 3-year growth, which I just kind of talked about. Our growth exceeds that 4 or 5%. And so it gives us the ability to appeal that. And then also when we do annexations, we have the ability to do an appeal as well, because those are new areas that we have to service. And so in order to provide services to them, we obviously have to be able to adjust our rate to be able to provide those services. So in total, the excess levy appeal that we proposed was $526,000. And this resolution authorized our financial advisor to submit that levy appeal to the DLGF on the town's behalf. So we'll proceed forward with that. We are able to do that because of our assessed value growth. We're able to do that without there actually being a negative impact to taxpayers. So for those of you who think the levy appeal means that you're having higher taxes, that's actually not true because of our growth. And if our growth wasn't exceeding that, then it could potentially lead to that. But in our case, that's not the case. We can actually do the levy appeal, and we still actually project our tax rate to go down. So no one needs to be concerned about that out there. The next resolution is Resolution 2024-19, which is a minimum fund balance targets for our funds. This goes towards our when we do bonds, one of the things that rating agencies look at is the town in sound financial condition, and do we have minimum goals for fund balances? And basically a fund balance is just money that is not budgeted, but that the town has in their coffers. It allows the town to be able to operate without borrowing money. And we have very healthy fund balances, which is great for our community. It allows us to continue to operate without any restrictions. And so the town council did consider this. They had done it in 2020. And so this one, we've actually upped the amounts and we've added a couple of other funds. And so we continue to show strong financial health and strength. So that's great. And the town council did approve that resolution 5-0. The next resolution is ARPA funds. And for those of you who don't know what ARPA is, that's the stimulus money that communities were provided. Avon hadn't made a decision about how to spend that money yet. But over the last couple of months, and after careful consideration, the town council made the decision to use those ARPA funds that the town received towards the new civic center that's going to be built at the Riverwalk District in Easton Gray. The town has about $4.5 million. And we are required to obligate those funds by the end of this year. And so the town council's passing of this resolution actually obligates those funds towards that project. And the town council did approve that resolution by a vote of 5-0. The next one, that was all the resolutions. So we did have quite a few ordinances as well. We had the final reading on amending stop sign ordinances, and there were 2 locations that we had to adopt stop sign locations for. In order for stop signs to be legal, the town council actually has to keep a stop ordinance that identifies all the locations for stop signs. So We added a new stop sign in the Turner Trace subdivision at Turner Trace Place North and Turner Trace Place South. And then there's a new traffic circle that the town has worked with the school corporation on that will be at County Road 100 South and County Road 450. And that is going to require the installation of 2 new stop signs. Previously, the east-west movement didn't require anyone to stop, but with the new traffic circle, we do want people to stop for safety. And so the town council had to add those 2 stop signs to our ordinance as well. Again, the town council voted and approved that ordinance by a vote of 5-0. The next one I'll be brief about. It's the food and beverage bond ordinance. I talked about that earlier. This is actually the final step in the process for the town then to move forward and sell the bond for our park improvements. The town council did approve that bond ordinance by a vote of 5-0. The next step also relates to the food and beverage bond, which is in order for the staff to spend the proceeds of that bond, the town council has to do an additional appropriation. So last night they did a public hearing on the additional appropriation. We had no residents who came forward with any questions or concerns about the additional appropriation. And so they did close the public hearing, and the town council passed the ordinance by a vote of 5-0. The next one, again, we've talked about a couple of times, a UDO text amendment. The town council actually initiated this to take away the intensity bonus in our zoning ordinance. So our zoning ordinance allows that if you actually do a higher quality development, that we allow you to go to smaller lots. And the town staff and the town council had some concerns that what we had originally wrote in the UDO ordinance wasn't quite working. So it is our intent to eventually put that back, the intensity bonus back. But before we do that, we're going to redo some of our architectural standards, and that'll probably take us 6 to 12 months to develop. But it is our hope, probably by the middle of next year, to put this back into place. But for now, because it wasn't working, it is being removed. And so that ordinance was approved last night by a vote of 4-1. And it did get a unanimous positive recommendation from the Plan Commission as well. The last 2 I'll take together, since I just talked about a food and beverage bond ordinance. We're also looking at doing a general obligation bond, which just means we're using property tax to do the bond, to be the resource to pay the bonds back. The general obligation bonds are going to be for some road construction that we're doing. Next year, we're planning to build a roundabout at Raceway Road and County Road 100 North. And we're planning to build a roundabout at County Road 900 East and Charles Nelson Drive, which is right by Costco. So in order to do that, we have to do what's called a bond sale. So it's the same process as the food and beverage bond ordinance I talked about earlier. So we did an introduction of that ordinance, and we did an introduction to the additional appropriation ordinance, again, to authorize the staff to spend that money. And so we will have a public hearing at our next meeting. So if you have any concerns about the town moving forward and doing those road projects, feel free to come to our September 26th meeting and share your thoughts and concerns. That was hardly anything, Angel, but
that was actually
that's
pretty
the
quick.
end. Was it quick?
That was quicker than I expected.
Felt really long.
We're at 14 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah.
You want me to talk more?
We'll deter everyone to the YouTube video.
Good thinking. Good thinking.
All right. Ryan, when's the next meeting?
September 26th, 7
right.
p.m.
We have a public hearing then. So if you have some concerns, like Ryan said, please come out and speak out. We'd love to.
Or questions. If you just have questions, we are happy to see you too.
Public hearing doesn't necessarily have to be,
Negative. That's
negative.
right.
Just if you're curious about something, ask it.
Or if you want to support those projects, feel free to come out too and say thank you, Town Council, for building more road improvements to make traffic safer and more efficient in Avon.
Exactly. Everyone think
Good
in
point,
a positive mindset.
I like that positivity. It's very nice.
All right, a couple of reminders. Harvest. Wow, I really can't talk when I'm doing these
Angel,
reminders.
you just talk for 14 minutes or something?
I think so. So Harvest Time Hay Rides is on October 5th. That'll be from 4 to 8 p.m. We're getting into that fall season, Ryan. Halloween.
I love fall.
Speaking of Halloween, we will have our trick or treat at Town Hall on October 31st from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It was a great event last year. We had a bunch of kids. This is going to be a sensory aware event, so no loud music, no flashing lights. We'd love to have all you guys come out. Of any age, honestly.
Anybody. We had all kinds of people.
We had like
adults, teenagers, babies. We had people of all ages.
Newborns and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
newborns.
Yeah.
We had some strollers.
We had like at least 200 people come out.
You can just get free candy if nothing else.
Yeah. It's such a fun time.
And you get to meet all the town staff,
You
which
get
are
to meet
awesome.
the town staff that are dressed up. And yes, we wear those costumes all day.
And if you want, just come make fun of us. That's fine too.
Yeah. Make sure you vote for the right booth, though. We will have voting because we do award the best booth. So please vote for the right booth. And that would be the booth that has Ryan Cannon
The town manager in it. Always vote for the town manager.
Ryan, what do you think about the Colts? I know it's been one game in, but what are we thinking?
Well, I have a problem, and I'm an eternal optimist. So I think the Colts are going to be awesome this year.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun watching Anthony Richardson throw those bombs to Alec Pierce. So that
After
was
slipping,
pretty cool. After
that was
slipping,
crazy.
It was crazy. I mean, I could do that too, but I just don't
Okay.
want to because I'm a town manager. But
Everyone email me if you want to see that happen. We will post it on our social media pages. Hashtag Ryan Cannon for the Colts quarterback. Hashtag QB1.
I think they're gonna have a great season. I'm excited for it.
What do you think?
What do you think?
I think they're a young team. They're still trying to get to know each other. I'd love to see the Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman connection happen a little bit more.
I know.
That's gonna be deadly.
It'll come.
But JT's over there doing his thing. I'd love to see him like just kill it.
Kill it.
I
want to. He's going to break away a long
back,
run this weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was kind of laid back last game. So, what do you think about the Fever going into playoffs?
I'm still waiting for the announcement that Caitlin Clark has moved to Avon. So,
Caitlin Clark.
I'm continue to root for
Waiting.
her. It's going to be awesome. I'm happy they made it to the playoffs. Caitlin's awesome. The Fever are awesome. Their whole entire team is cool. I love it.
WNBA All Stars in Indy next year. It's gonna be awesome.
Attendance in the WNBA.
That's crazy.
The Fever have broken an all-time record. Awesome.
Caitlin
Love
Clark
it.
is breaking records.
The Fever are awesome.
The Fever is awesome. Indiana's awesome, but Avon's the best.
It's true.
Why'd you pause on that?
No, it is true. I was thinking to myself, it would be nice if the Fever and the Pacers moved out to Avon, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Yes.
So I had a moment of disappointment thinking that they wouldn't choose to move in Avon, but
Yes.
it's okay. We still love them even if they're in Indianapolis.
Just for public information, for, giggles and laughs. If there is a barricade that says road closed, please do not move it and run over concrete. It will hinder the
good point.
process, and I will not touch on the sensitive topic.
Yeah, if you're
but-
frustrated with road improvements, don't remove the barricades and drive through them. That's a great advice from Angel for
And-
everybody in town because
And
road
no, we're
projects
not
get done a
making it
lot
up.
faster that way.
And no, we are not making stories up. It really did happen. And if you are wanting the most up-to-date information about road construction happening in Avon or even just the minor paving projects and stuff like that, please visit avonindiana.gov/roadworkmap. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/roadworkmap. We update that as soon as we get the information. Most of the time, we also get last-minute information. So, believe it or not,
And they can subscribe to our notification system as
And-
well, right? So
exactly.
we have many different ways for you to get information about road work.
Yeah, if you want to subscribe, is at avonindiana.gov/alerts. That's avonindiana.gov/alerts. We send out notification ASAP, sometimes even weeks in advance, just to help you prepare for, your travels, whether it be taking your kids to school or going to work. Hopefully give you the best option, best route to take. And we know it's frustrating. Trust us, half of us staff, or probably more than half, we all live in Avon. So we are going through the same, traffic detours and stuff like that. So we do understand, the time restrictions and stuff like that. So
Absolutely. I live off 625, so all of you who are mad about the 625 closure,
go
I
visit Ryan.
I have to drive home on a different route as well. So I understand, and we appreciate your patience, and we don't want it to be any closed any more than you want it to be closed.
Exactly.
So.
And I live along Dan Jones, and I have to go all the way around, add an extra 15, 20 minutes. It's a 7-minute drive, honestly. It should be, but now it's a 30-minute drive. So, yes, I understand Dan Jones closure as well is frustrating, but we're getting there, and trust us when I say, like, our staff is working hard to finish this. We don't want construction either, but, as our town is growing, so do our roads.
Yeah,
we got a company
we have to do it. You guys can't complain about traffic and then be upset when we're
No, we love you guys. This is the best town that there is. We have the best staff working. We always think about you, the community and stuff like that. So, yeah, just a little detour from.
Yeah, we did.
All right.
Good discussion though.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.